Good afternoon. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I made this beautiful t-shirt using my Cricut machine. So if you're interested, continue watching. These are all the items that I'm going to be using today to make our t-shirts. I have my lint roller. I have my Cricut mat. Then I'm using my Cricut Explorer Air 2. I also have my Mac notebook. You gotta have your computer. And then I have my scissors and then my weeding tool. These came with my Cricut machine. These are the two shirts that I'm gonna be doing. I have a black and a white shirt. Also, the vinyl that I'm gonna be using is I have this black vinyl. I'm gonna be using, I believe, 4 colors today. So I'm using this black vinyl right here, heat transfer vinyl. Let me make sure I note that. And then also I'm going to be using this heat transfer vinyl as well by this company. This is not a sponsored video, so I don't want to really shout them out too much because I'm not getting paid for that. But in any case, and these are the colors that I'm going to be using. So for one of the shirts, the background, I'm going to be using like this. As you can see, it's the glitter heat transfer vinyl. And then also I'm going to be using this gold as well. This is just the heat transfer vinyl, but this is the just regular shiny. It's not glitter. And then also I have what's left over from a design that I did. So I have some red left over for also. Okay, so that's going to go on there. Then I have here my heat press. I'm going to be using my medium heat press. And then this is the mat that I use for the heat press. And I believe that's it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, so now I have my heat press here. My shirt is ready. Here are my pattern, my pieces. They're weeded out. And so now what we're going to do is, this is 100% cotton t-shirt that I'm using. And so what I love about this particular brand, well, all the brands, they let you know on the back. It'll tell you the heat, the temperature, you know, according to the material that you're using. So here it's telling me 275 degrees. That's the heat that we're going to program my heat press on, and we're going to leave it on anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds, and it's going to be a cold peel, meaning that we're going to allow it to cool off before we peel. Okay, so I'm going to turn my machine on, and so I'm going to adjust my temperature to 275. Okay, so it's 275, so I'm going to hit. Okay, so now as you can see, the temperature is going up. Once it reaches 275, then I'll be ready to you know, start my press. Okay, so now in the meantime, what I'm going to do is with my lint roller. Okay, turn it this way. So I'm going to go in with my lint roller, and I'm just going to clean up any lint debris that may be on my shirt. I'm going to do that. Okay, so now move this off to the side. So the next thing I want to do is, now I want to make sure that my decal is going to end up in the middle of my t-shirt. So what I like to do is, as you can see here where the tag is, I like to just fold it. And you want to fold it and just make sure that it's even, you know, on both sides. And then you're just going to create a little crease. Okay, down the middle. Not too harsh of a crease, because you don't want the crease to be left in your shirt. But anyway, enough just so you'll know where your middle is, okay? So now, in the meantime, while that's heating out, so I see my middle right here. So now what I'm going to do is begin to line up my design, okay? And then also under here, I meant to tell you, I have this is my heat press, and that's to protect the surface, you know, for burning, but also to support your material. So that's the indication that my heat press is ready. It's at the desired temperature that I need. Okay, so I'm going to also leave about 1 inch from the neck of the shirt, okay? Okay, so now also the thing for you to do is too, before you lay your first image down, you're going to take your heat press and you're just going to go over it. You're going to remove any type of steam buildup that may be in there. Also get rid of any wrinkles, you know, get your area nice and prepared, okay? So I'm just going to do that for about 5 seconds. Okay? With a little over 5 seconds, maybe like 7 seconds. So now we're going to start with laying our first piece. So now early in the video, I think I mentioned that I was going to do a gold theme, but I decided to just go with a silver background for my black t-shirt. Okay, so here's the first piece, and then also I keep my laptop in front of me, so this way I can also refer back to the photo. Okay, so let me just show you. So I keep my laptop right here, so I can also refer back to the image, so I'll know how to, you know, stack it properly. So, okay, so I'm going to start with this first image. Make sure this is nice and clean. So now I'm going to go ahead, have little particles. And I even take my lint roller and I go over the actual image itself to remove any unwanted, debris. Okay? So there. Now I'm going to place this. And now before you put your heat on it, and let me bring it a little closer. Now before you place the heat actually on it, again, you can just pal, your image to make sure, that you have it on right. So now I'm going to take my second piece. Okay, the same thing. I'm just going to go over it. Any particles, debris, I'm going to remove it. And so now I just want to make sure, so based on this, I want to line it up, make sure it's lined up properly. Okay, yeah, so that's how it's going to look for the second one. And then you add the next layer and so on, until you have the complete image. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press this first piece. Okay, so I'm going to take my machine, place it on it. I'm going to hit the C to start, and then as you can see, it's counting down. Okay, so I'm just going to put light pressure on it for about 15 seconds. Okay, then I'm going to stop. And so now, one crucial part, it said I can leave it on I think anywhere from, 10 to 15 seconds, 20 seconds, but I'm not going to leave it on. Let me see. Yeah, 10 to 15 seconds, okay? So I'm going to peel. Okay. So there we have our first layer. So now I'm going to go in. Okay, with the second layer. And just take your time and just line it up. Okay. So now we have a second layer, so I'm going to go back in with my heat press. And just do a light press. Okay, so again, I just did it for 10 seconds, and then you stop, allow that to cool off, and then you peel that off, and then we'll do the final 2 layers. Alright, so I'm ready to peel. Okay, look how pretty, y'all, so far. You see that? And so now I'm going to actually save, I'm going to save this sheet that I just put off, because the next pieces that I put on, they're smaller. So when I put them on, I need to also cover this image when I go back in the heat, so the heat won't directly touch the image. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add her face. And so I'm going to refer to my laptop just to make sure, again, I line it up. And so this is the point of the neck, so I'm going to actually make sure I line it up with the bottom, the point on this end right here, if you can see that. Alrighty. So that looks just about right. Boom. Okay. So now, as you can see, the width of the plastic is not enough to cover this entire decal. So this is why I'm going to now use the same sheet I just pulled off to cover. Okay, so I can protect, the image. So now, same thing, repeat the process and double check it. I want to make sure I'm satisfied with the placement, and I actually want to move this, adjust the neck part some. So I'm going to go back in really quick and just make the adjustment. And you'll just take your time, with this. There's no rush. Just have fun with it. Allowing your creative juices to just flow and just do beautiful things. Okay, so there we go. Is that exactly what I wanted? Yep. Okay, so now, all right, I'm satisfied. So as you can see, the earring is a little away from this ear, and that's because that's the same way as depicted in the image, okay? And on here it's more closer to this earring. Okay, y'all, so now, going with my heat press again. And I'm going to do another 10 seconds. Yeah. Okay. So allow this to cool off, peel it, and then we're going with the last piece, which are the lips. Okay. Now we're going to peel. See how beautiful that is? You see that? Beautiful. So now the last and final piece to the puzzle are her lips. The beautiful red lips. Okay. So again, I'll go in with the larger plastic, and we're going to protect the rest of it while we add the mouth on. I'm going to leave this on for 5 seconds. Or 10. Yeah. Okay. So allow that to cool again, and then I'll pop back in. Alright, y'all. So this is the image. Okay, this is how it came out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to go in with the heat press for about 5 to 7 minutes on the back, just to really, secure it. So we're going to flip this over like so, and then just lightly go over it. Okay. Allow this to cool down, and then I'll pop back in.